Okay, gamers, of course, the show continues here at E3 Los Angeles 2009, and of course, we cannot even begin to even like creep away from the floor without visiting the Sega booth. And I'm here with Wayne in marketing for Sega. What's going on, Wayne?
Not much, just want to show out Bayonetta.
Nice, and that's exactly why we're here, because there's a lot of big talks to show. You guys obviously have a nominee, right? An IGN nominee, Best of E3 right now.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot of nominations, a lot of attention.
So, what is all the attention about? What is Bayonetta?
Well, Bayonetta is a new action game for Sega. It's being developed by Platinum Games, who have developed a lot of other big gaming franchises out there. And it's a new action game that, is featuring this cool and sexy witch.
What is it? What is she exactly?
She's a witch.
She's a witch. Does she have magic spells? What is she? What kind of witch is she? She looks like she's like, is she witch hunting? What is she doing?
Well, she's definitely not like the truest sense of a witch, and that you've seen, with a pointy hat and stuff like that. But she has different types of powers, and most of those powers actually are formed from her hair, which also forms her costume as well. So when you're doing combos and things like that, you'll see big like hands and feet coming out of the sky, which is basically a demon, and those are formed from her hair. So you'll see parts of her costume fall off her body.
Yeah, and I was noticing that. I was like, when you say she's a witch, she's definitely not the green makeup, pointy hat, mole in her nose. That's some sexy witch action right there.
Oh, totally. So there's a lot of different moves that will show off, kind of her body when it needs to show her, get her hair off her body and stuff like that.
Now, obviously, this is a mature rated title.
Oh, it definitely is. We have a lot of different gruesome attacks in there.
Yeah. Now, exactly. Now, I'm looking at it. It's a very, very colorful game. It's a full 3D environment. What could you relate this game to in regards to games that have already existed and such?
Well, it's very similar to a lot of other action games out there. Obviously, first one's Devil May Cry because of developers, but also like God of War and all those kind of action games.
It's very God of War. I saw some really like double, huge screen-filling monsters. I'm seeing some really multiple attacks, very kind of Devil May Cry-ish, so to speak, where like multiple combos. I mean, what kind of combos can you pull off in this game?
Well, there are a lot of different combos, but luckily they're really easy to pull off if just using your melee attacks, like your kick and punch attacks. So they're pretty easy to pull off as long as you play around with it and just kind of keep practicing.
Now, what's the base storyline? You're a witch. What are you doing?
Well, essentially, Bayonetta is a witch. The backstory is basically that she is part of this witch clan who's in battle with these guys called the Lumen Sages, who also are in league with the angels. She's basically put in prison and put to sleep and woken in the present day with no idea of who she is and, basically lost her memories. So now throughout the game, you're basically trying to find out who she is and, why she's fighting, stuff like that. So
this is a one-player, it's technically just a one-player title, correct?
Yes, Bayonetta is a single-player experience.
Is there any online component at all?
The only online component is basically online leaderboards and achievements.
And from the looks of it, you could definitely, there's a lot to achieve here. I mean, now, obviously, there's a lot of hardcore gameplay here. I see a lot of, like, mix-ups, toss-ups, combos. I mean, you can even knock while your character's on the ground, you can, there's like a stomp move going on. What was that?
Well, there are different types of special attacks also. In addition to her regular combos, you can also pull off these things called torture attacks. So essentially when you build up a certain gauge and you start to weaken those guys, at certain moments you can pull off these things called torture attacks, which summon torture devices like an Iron Maiden or a guillotine to finish off those guys.
So she has finishers too then?
Oh, totally. With the smaller guys as well as the larger bosses as well. Because with those guys she can summon large beasts from her hair that will finish those guys off.
Oh, kind of like summoning, like Final Fantasy type stuff.
Well, it's a similar idea, but it's a little bit different. Yeah,
it's very, very impressive looking. Now, what are we looking at? Is this a PS3 and Xbox 360?
Yeah, Bayonetta's going to be coming on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
And now, usually it's not the case, but are we going to be seeing any differences between the two platforms?
The different platforms will be pretty identical other than the trophies and achievement support.
Achievements award. And when can we really expect this? It's pronounced Bayonetta, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
When can we expect Bayonetta hit our neck of the woods?
Well, Bayonetta is going to be releasing at the end of the year.
We don't know exact release date right now.
No, we haven't determined the exact date yet. No.
Like fourth quarter, you'd say, good judge.
Potentially, everything works well. We want to make sure that the product's going to be high quality as well. So.
All right, it sounds really good. I'm going to look forward to Bayonetta. You guys check it out online. Don't forget the Gamers Choice Video Game Central. And thank you so much, Wayne. We're looking forward to Bayonetta with some witching action. Thank you so much.
Rated M for mature.
Sega.
Long since erased from the records of time, there once existed two European clans who served as overseers of history for the powers that be. The clans paid each other great respect, and their efforts to maintain the balance between them defended the just passage of time. Yet one day, that balance was toppled.
You naughty little angels deserve a good spanking.
Next time you want lay hands on me, you better make sure I'm dead.
20 years ago, you woke up stuck in a casket at the bottom of a lake. All you can remember is that you're a witch.
Someone in one of those lost memories calling you out.
What the?
What's the matter, Bayonetta? All that sleeping made you soft.